Good evening, Women Warrior Channel. I'm Myra. I'm going to read another chapter of Truly's Travels. Chapter 21, The Enchanted Grounds. I read chapter 20 a few moments ago, but my throat got really sore. I'm going to try to tackle this one. It's a little bit longer than the other one was, but I'm going to give it a go and hope my throat will let me get through it. I had to move around because the phone fell. Just problems, technical difficulties. But let's get started with the Enchanted Grounds. Many days the travelers went along together, enjoying each day and all the time with friends. They continued along on the path, staying in the middle. Sometimes they would meet new friends and pilgrims along the way and stop to share a meal with them. One day Truly noticed that even though they had just started out for the day, she felt very tired. She told the others, and they all agreed that they too were tired and sleepy. They all wanted to stop and rest. But Uncle reminded them, "Remember, family, how that our friends we met on the path told us to beware of the enchanted grounds. This must be those treacherous grounds. Since we rested in the night and we are just starting out on the path, yet we're all very sleepy, I believe this must be the place. We must not go to sleep. We must stay awake and be watchful until we are well past the enchanted grounds." "But I don't think I can stay awake," said Peaceful. "I have never felt so sleepy." Yes, you can," Peaceful said bravely, and he took her arm and encouraged her along. "We will help each other." "I have an idea," said Uncle. "Let's talk about some of the times when the king has helped us along the way." No one said a word, and as Uncle looked around him, he noticed that each of the family, including Peaceful and Honest, were sitting down on the grass and closing their eyes. He began to be concerned, as he was feeling very drowsy himself. "Let's get up," he shouted again and again. Auntie got up and started to help Uncle. At last they were all on their feet. "Okay, Honest, you go first. Tell us something that the King of Kings has done for you." "All right, I'll start," she said slowly, trying to wake up. "I will tell you all of a time that was very important to me. I was so afraid that everything we had fought for and won would be lost, all because of my carelessness." As she spoke, she felt more awake and excited to tell the story. "It happened after we left the city in the dark, and after Mom and Dad had gone on to the Celestial City. I suppose I was feeling sorry for myself. We were traveling with a wonderful family, but all the children in the family were either much older than me or lots younger than me. I was feeling lonely and left out. The family was called Kind Heart, and they were just as their name is, kind. The family eventually decided to stay at Pilgrim's Rest area to help for a while, and I sure missed them. But when we were together, they advised us to stay on the path and to stay in the middle of the path. As I was going along on this particular day, I moved to the edge of the path. Mr. Kindheart warned me a few times, then just kept his eye on me. I thought, what harm could it do? I thought about it and just could not see what could go wrong, so I stayed on the edge of the path. I guess you could say I was living on the edge of life. After a while, I met a young man there about my age. We began to talk and to get to know each other. He was very sweet to me when we first met. He picked flowers for me from the path. It cheered me up. He made me laugh, and I felt so happy. I felt so special that he liked me enough to spend so much time with me. He seemed to care. When we stopped at night to rest, Mr. and Mrs. Kindheart talked to me privately about the dangers of walking on the edge of the path and talking to strangers. But I didn't want to listen to them because I felt I had already thought about it and decided that it was okay. The next morning I decided to keep my new friend. In the next days, my new friend and I spent more and more time together. I discovered that my friend's name was Peril. I should have known by his name that I was putting myself and my friends in danger, but I ignored any worries. I didn't want anything to come between me and what I thought was real happiness. As Honest paused in her story, Uncle looked around and saw that everyone was staying awake, listening intently to the story. He was very glad of this, although he knew he must keep watch as he was still sleepy, so they surely must still be in the enchanted grounds. Well, that brings us to chapter 22, Victory for Honest. And I hate to stop it here in the middle of her story, but we'll pick it up again next time. And until next time, I hope you have a blessed week. God bless.